Good morning, Lions fans. Good afternoon, wherever time you watch. This is 10 in the morning while I'm recording this right now. We're going to go over the latest Detroit Lions news, a training camp, Taylor Decker, injuries, Dan Campbell speaks on positions, a lot to cover for you guys. Let's get this thing started right now. Subscribe to the channel. Why is that? Because other content creators are going to be on here very soon. Hopefully by today, Spirit of Detroit Podcast is dropping a video on here. Everybody has got the schedule. It is out. So you're going to see videos from King, Joseph Dion, Curtis Steele, Speakeasy, Spenmo Racks, all these guys, a ton of them. I can just say they're all going to be dropping videos here relatively soon, hopefully starting today. So get ready for that. We're going to have it could be potentially to 3 videos a day on this channel at this point. It'll start slow, but then it'll ramp up as more people figure out their schedules. So let's get into the latest news here. Taylor Decker hopeful that he's going to get a contract extension, and I think he's going to get a contract extension. That's good news for the Detroit Lions and the offensive line. We all love Penei Sewell. We all want him seen at the left tackle position, but Taylor Decker's still got a lot of game left in him. There's no reason to move him out now. There's absolutely no reason. He's a leader on this offensive line. He's a leader on the team. He's a good left tackle. I'm not saying he's the greatest in the world, but yeah, extend him. Keep him on this offensive line. The continuity continues. And if they do extend him, guess what? This year, you have Taylor Decker. Next year, you have Taylor Decker. By the year after that, you have Taylor Decker. Okay, next year, or this year, we got Graham Glasgow. Next year, we got Graham Glasgow. 3 years, maybe don't know. Then you got Frank Ragnow. We knew he was going to be here. Zeitler, right? He's here this year, probably gone after this year. And then you got Penei Sewell. So the continuity offensive line is good for a couple years, even right now. And that's fantastic news. Christian Mahogany will probably jump into the starting role next year, or maybe even halfway through this year, potentially. We shall see. And when it comes to Christian Mahogany, he didn't practice here today because he was sick. He had a bug. Nothing serious. Also, nearly all the players are removed from the NFI list. That's fantastic news. The Lions are a really healthy team at this point. Carlton Davis off. Talking about bringing, we brought him in. A lot of people are concerned. Well, he's on it. No, it's not that big of a deal. DJ Reader's fully healthy. They're slowly working him in. He's fully healed from his surgery that he had. That he injured himself for the Bengals. So that's good news. It's great news. Just really good news going on right now. And Traquan Smith, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Meek Robertson, all good to go. So the Lions are a healthy football team. They're just going to slowly work some of these guys in. It's walkthroughs. There's really no big reason. And one of the reasons they had him on here is, first off, it is walkthroughs, and these guys who maybe a little bit still dinged up can at least see what's going on the field. So Dan Campbell, not worried and concerned at all about the injuries. Emmanuel Mosley, healthy as well. And you've seen him work in the slot this practice. I got to tell you what. First off, Emmanuel Mosley is the guy who I think is a wild card, and he could be a great addition to this team that we're not really talking about. We talk about Carlton Davis and Meek. We talk about Terry. Emmanuel Mosley is on the practice field from day one, and that's fantastic news. He is a good player. He's just injured. So if he can stay this way, the Lions are really deep at cornerback, and it's going to be great to see. Great to see this season. Terry and Arnold did get burned by Jameson Williams, and I heard, Terry and Arnold's a bust. We need to slow down on that, folks, because one practice, calling a player bust is crazy. I remember we picked up Aiden Hutchinson, and after week 1, he's a bust. That's what everybody said. Folks, they're rookies. This is going to happen. Terry and Arnold is perfectly fine. Jameson Williams with the big touchdown catch. He physically looks better. He's catchy. He didn't drop a ball. Jameson Williams is a really good player. And what irritated me about yesterday, first off, for whatever reason, and I don't know what this is, and it could be because, he was a first-round pick, but I feel like he gets a lot of controversy for a player who's not controversial. it's quite odd because Jameson Williams is not the most outspoken person. He's just a happy-go-lucky guy, kind of, just a laid-back individual, and he just gets a lot of heat. I understand. Well, he needs to prove it on the field, but he was proving it on the field at the end of last year. He really was, folks. He's doing really good. And then he had a great OTAs and minicamp, and guess what? He has so far a great training camp with a 40-yard bomb resulting in a touchdown. And you want to know what everyone is saying? Well, it's because he vomited out of shape. That's not the case. He is in the best shape of his life right now. He said he ate something raunchy, and it's like these guys it's course that they're going to puke. Just because you vomit after a play doesn't mean you're out of shape or anything like that. I actually vomited yesterday. Must be out of shape. Or is because I had I've been having this bug. So Jameson Williams is good. He is fine, and I think he's going to have a really good year this year. So let me know in the comment section. Are you concerned with Jameson Williams? Or if you're not like me, put 9 in the comment section. Show some love to this guy. He had a good practice. When a player has a good practice or a good game, we will compliment them. If they do not, we will go ahead and criticize them. I am not going to criticize Jameson Williams for having a good day yesterday. And that's what I've seen a lot of people say, well, it's just one. It's just one. Yeah, it is just one. So let's give him his dues for that one, right? Let's not rip on the guy. So the Lions had good one there. Everything's going good. Darius Fountain had a good practice yesterday as well. And I've been telling you to keep an eye on this man. He is a wide receiver that is a sleeper for this football team. 6'2". He is literally, he kind of looks just like Josh Reynolds physically, okay? And this guy is getting some big passes. And I'm not concerned at the wide receiver position. I am not. Donovan Peoples-Jones did a practice, insert Darius Fountain, and he makes big plays. That's the brilliance of this general manager and this coaching staff is they can find players and they know how to develop them to make them good contributors. Darius Fountain right now is one of those. Now, it's one practice, just like I said, but we compliment with the one practice. So shout out to Darius Fountain for doing that, right? And hopefully he continues to get these reps. I think it's really, really important. Let's get into Joshua Pascal getting second team reps at edge. I like it. That's really good for me. You just got to continue on to do this. He's more hit or miss, but from what I hear, he had a good practice, so we're going to give him that. John Kaminsky got demoted to the third string. This is a player we've been saying on this channel and on my personal channel all offseason as a cut candidate is John Kaminsky. And last year, he did have a down year, okay? And he just got put to third. Now, it could be just a one practice type of deal, but considering the level of depth now that they got an edge and the lack of production that he had last year coincided with this year, it is something we got to monitor. He 100% could be a player who gets cut. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying it is very, very possible. Jahmyr Gibbs showed his speed, as we know, and his versatility on the field, doing his running back drills really fast. Very good. So far, a good first practice for Lions training camp. Again, these guys didn't have the pads on. The pads come on Monday, but all we can do is judge from what we're seeing on the field, and right now, it is good. Also, let's get into Brian Branch. It looks like he is going to be a safety for this team. He practiced at safety. Dan Campbell spoke, and he loves his versatility. We've been saying it. I don't know if he's going to be a nickel or safety. Now he's getting a lot of reps at safety. Mick Robertson, it looks, from what I'm thinking, he's going to be the nickel cornerback for this football team primarily. There's going to be times Brian Branch is going to get in there. It's a universal type of defensive backfield. So everything is not just standard. That's just not how it works. But just like we thought, he is getting those reps. And remember, we said that he said you don't know what you're talking about. He's going to be on the field, and I've been saying this. Yeah, I don't know exactly where he's going to be, but absolutely he is going to be on the field 110% unless some crazy injury is taking place. So really good for the Lions. Dan Campbell, he wants to avoid complacency. He spoke on this. I don't care what we did last year. It's about the work on the field It's about grounding right now. No one cares what we did last year. It's a whole new season. Matter of fact, he said it's probably going to be even harder. Same with Taylor Deck. It's going to be even harder because we are considered a good team. In the comment section right now, what do you think about that? Do you think that that's a good idea to have that mentality? Me, 110%. Absolutely. I think there's a confidence to this team. If you listen to St. Brown speak, he says the only thing here is Super Bowl, right? If we don't get to a Super Bowl, it's a failure. And when these players are talking about this, it's not as a joke. They're very, very intense on this. They are upset that they lost in the NFC Championship game. You can tell by hearing these guys speak that it's a different mentality to this training camp than I think we have had in years past. It's more intense, and they're very concentrated. They don't want to, think they're better than anything else. They really want to earn every win. I absolutely dig that. And I think that's the exact and responsible way this team needs to operate for this season and going forward. He wants to avoid complacency. He wants to get it done. Terry Arnold he made a video. He's doing it, I think it's a Rookie Chronicles is what he's calling it on his TikTok. Check Terry Arnold out. He's doing this every day. If you want an insight to how training camp's going, he's literally doing it. So I don't have a TikTok, but it's always on Twitter. The stuff's on Twitter. So you check him out on TikTok, or you just go on Twitter and put in Terry Arnold, search it, and the videos will pop up so you can at least see how he's operating here. And yeah, he's talking about Jameson, how fast he was. That guy runs a 4.1. And I love it. I love it. Iron sharpens iron. And these two, and Carlton Davis, and the other wide receivers, these guys are going to battle it out, and that's how you get a better secondary. That's how you get a better offense. It is so good to have an offense that's really good, and it's going to help shape this young defense because this offense is so good. It's one of the best offenses in football, so if you can start battling these guys, that means when the regular season comes, the offense is, generally speaking, is not going to be as good as the Detroit Lions. Some of them will be as good or a little bit better, but the Lions are one of the best offenses in football, both run and in the pass. So, great news right there from day one of training camp. We'll probably do another update today because I know AG's making a video and there's some other people that's making videos, so they may come on here. With that said, folks, adios.